You're now listening to the sultry sounds of Trilogy Productions.
Very well, actually. I timed it very well. Welcome everybody. Hello. I am VA Verse. Across from me, as usual, is my wonderful wife, beautiful as ever. I don't know why she's staring at me like this. Z.
Welcome to For Better Worse. L-Boogie done pissed me off, so I'm really not in a very good mood at this very second.
Oh, okay.
But welcome, guys.
That
Thank
damn
you for coming
fan.
over.
Apologize. We cooking and there's a fan in the kitchen, so that's the fan noise you guys hear in the background. I can definitely hear it.
Very well.
Yeah. It's okay. We live at the crib. This is a special bonus episode. We are in the presence of the entire family, all the Robinsons.
Including Zowski.
Including Zowski. Aha, I forgot about Zowski. Skittle. There you go.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
Zowski. Anyway, BruhItzMeh is in the building.
Hi guys.
Say hi guys again.
Hi guys.
All right, yeah, okay. You said hi already, bro. L-Boogie is here as well, but she's on the wall.
She's in timeout for a second. So she'll
in
come in a moment.
Yeah. You okay?
But so far we got.
Are you good? You need a second to breathe.
No.
Get yourself into podcast mommy mode.
Saying when churn just don't tell you the goddamn truth. It's just ridiculous. It's like pulling teeth. And then when you find out the truth, it's just like you could have said that from the beginning.
Right.
It's just annoying.
Right. Well, we are here today to welcome you guys again. All the cousins, you're in the building. We're here to welcome you guys, and we're gonna review. This is the Robinsons review of Toy Story 4.
Yay!
Hey.
If you haven't seen
Yay.
if you haven't seen it, then
Spoilers
are coming
Okay,
in.
yeah, that's our warning.
Alert.
Anytime we're reviewing a movie, it's definitely spoiler alert though. So because we're gonna talk about the whole movie. So if you have not seen the movie yet and you care about being spoiled, come back later after you've seen the movie so we can all talk about it.
Yeah.
Hello, come sit right here. Welcome back.
Hi.
Hi. Welcome back.
Hi.
L-Boogie is in the building. Why was you on timeout?
Because I was lying.
Ooh, strong word there.
It sure is. So we're going to have to talk about that after the podcast.
Oh, gosh.
That's true. After the podcast, we'll have to talk. But no gloominess. We are here to talk about Toy Story 4.
Mm-hmm.
Who wants to begin? We didn't necessarily see the very beginning.
Yes, Mom.
You guys missed like 3 seconds of the beginning.
So just what happens at the beginning of the movie? What's the vibe?
Yeah, because like everybody was like, because once the thing got all quiet, I had to explain to Dad what happened. And I don't think
You guys came in like 3 seconds. 3 seconds after, like it just said 9 years ago, and then
they were saving the little car.
the mom, the little car, it was raining in the car. What is it? The race car from Toy Story 1.
Oh yeah,
was getting washed away down the road, and they had to go save it. And so they had Slink out the window, and then they had the monkeys and stuff out the window.
Woody was,
but at the same time, I guess the mom had already called someone to come pick up Bo Peep.
Yeah.
Wasn't that the dad?
No, I don't think Andy's dad is a.
He's
is a
non-existent.
character. Yeah, he's non-existent. Who knows what happened to Andy's dad? At least Bonnie had a dad.
Yeah, I was really, really happy about that Bonnie did have a dad.
I'm surprised I had a mom.
But yeah, so you guys didn't really miss anything. There was just, everybody did a head count to make sure everybody was there, and race car wasn't there, so they had to put a little plan together to go get them. And that was basically it.
And then also when, hold on,
Dead air.
when they were saving the race car,
RV.
Is that his name?
RC. I don't know. What's his name?
It could be
what's the race
RC.
car's
What's the race car's name?
Race car.
I think Pluto.
His name's
I don't think
Pluto.
so.
Is
I don't
that
think it's
Pluto?
I don't think it's that. Well, mommy's researching right now.
Pluto the
So
dog.
what were you saying about RC? Or
The race car.
So while they were saving him and everything, Woody guided him and everything, and they're going up, like they're right now they're like pulling up the window so they can like get him inside. And then what was Andy's sister's name?
I don't know. Damn, look at us. Well, this is podcast cohesiveness for you.
We were
real.
really into the movie, and we
don't know none of the
we
characters'
don't know
names.
none of the characters. Definitely.
Andy's
The
sister.
race car's name is RC.
RC. Okay.
Oh, RC. Okay.
Anyways, yeah. So basically, Andy's mom lined up somebody to come get Bo Peep.
Andy's sister's name is Molly Davis.
Molly. Okay.
Ooh, Molly.
So
Wow.
they set to come give up Bo Peep, and then Bo Peep gets basically taken, and they, it was like a really touching moment. It was very adult like the
You gonna talk?
the touching moment when they was realizing that they was gonna separate.
Yes.
Yeah. So that happened, and then
Touching.
it skipped back to where Bonnie. Now, the funny thing about this movie was, what they should have played, like towards that beginning of the movie, what song they should have played?
What?
Got a friend in me.
Strange things are happening to me.
Wow.
Why?
Because
freaking-
Bonnie didn't like him. Bonnie didn't use him.
She liked him at first.
I know, but not.
Yeah, but
I'm
now-
That
talking about-
doesn't mean that she didn't like him. She just,
He was in a
He got his
closet.
first dust bunny.
Okay, but
She
that don't
took-
mean that she didn't like
She took
him.
the badge off of him and put it on Jesse.
Girl
Jesse.
power in this hoe.
Yeah, but that means that she don't mess with him.
But like, dang, you gotta take off my badge. Like, can't be making a new one. You gotta take my badge.
Yeah, she just didn't have any use for Woody. Not
Because-
like Andy did.
He got his first dust bunny.
Yes, he did.
Yeah,
It
But
was funny
name it
because he was
Dusty.
in the closet. He was in the closet with the riffraff, and it was like,
He was.
and it reminded me of when he was in the toy box on the first one.
and with the shark.
The shark came out, was like,
Had
"I'm
his-
Woody,
Howdy. Yeah.
There
Aha,
was even
aha,
a
give me
fork
that.
named Forky.
huh?"
There's a fork.
Okay, so we're gonna get to
Wait,
Forky
wait.
in a minute.
We got Forky in the building too.
So Woody still I was obvious from the beginning, especially when he had like a little clash with the little rag doll that was in charge. Mm-hmm. When he had a little clash with her as far as leadership, it was clear that Woody like still had that.
He's used to being in
Yeah,
charge.
he's used to being in charge.
And I don't think he was trying to step on her toes. He's just used to being in charge. But she like, this is my room, back off, kind of thing. But I don't know how much I like the little rag doll. Probably because,
She didn't know
I'm
what she was
biased with Woody. So,
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, Woody knew. Woody knew. Woody always knows best. Honestly, like, I'm just saying, like, in the grand scheme of things.
yes.
In the
He's
grand
loyal
sch-
to the end, I
yes.
will say that.
Yes. In the grand scheme of things, but it's questionable. It's questionable his decisions to get to the overall goal, and that's what we'll discuss. That's what I think that a lot of this movie was keying in on. So, not too long. Bonnie plays with the toys a little bit. You deal with Woody basically accepting the fact that he's not getting played with.
He didn't really accept. He didn't really like accepting the fact.
Right, but he's dealing with it. He's dealing with that fact. So then enters Bonnie's dad to tell her, "Hey, it's time to go to kindergarten."
To preschool.
Kindergarten.
Kindergarten.
Oh.
Yeah, it's time to go to orientation for kindergarten. Now, one, I've never heard of like
Orientation.
orientation for kindergarten. Like,
Me neither.
I don't know. Like, is that what is open house? Is like that what they was doing? Because like
I think it was but see, we go to parent teacher night, and I think there is an orientation for kindergarten in different places. I don't think they have it out here. Yeah. But I do believe that they do have orientations for.
So you go the kids, you leave the kids there for about an hour or so, and then you come back and get them.
Which I always thought orientations was like meet the teacher night, that your parent don't necessarily actually leave you.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking too.
So
they said they was going on a road trip.
Okay, we're gonna get to the road trip. We're gonna get to the road trip as well. She's keeping us on track. So
she's like, stop talking.
So anyway, she goes to this orientation. She doesn't want to go to the orientation before we get there.
She's very sad. She's very sad. She's afraid to go. She wants to bring one of her toys, but the dad says no. School's not a place for toys.
Even though there's something called show and tell. I'm thinking much about that and stuff.
What are you talking about? I'm gonna need you to speak a little louder because I didn't hear you. What did you say?
I said, which some kids can actually bring their toys.
Yes.
Because you don't even care.
Yeah, sometimes they can bring their toys, and yes, you're right. There is show and tell, but I mean, I'm thinking that the dad just kind of wanted to introduce her and not have her playing to herself.
Yeah.
But to have her mingling with the other kids. I think that was his intention.
Yeah.
And of course.
So, Lyri, how do you feel? Are you afraid of going to kindergarten?
I'm just nervous.
You're nervous? Why?
Because I'm nervous to meet my teacher.
Why? You don't think your teacher would be nice?
I'm just nervous.
You're nervous a lot? Like, are you afraid or are you just nervous?
I'm just nervous.
Do you want to go to kindergarten?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think you'll be sad when we leave you there?
Somebody doesn't want her to go to kindergarten.
I'll just be scared when I meet my teacher.
Why?
Because if I meet her I'll be shy.
Okay. So she'll be shy. She's nervous because she's gonna be shy. I don't know.
But
I think
you're
she's
gonna be
nervous
there
with
a lot more kids, and you're gonna be able to do your work, and it's kind of like being at Aunt Sean's house, but it's gonna be in the classroom setting, and you're gonna have a lot of kids there, and you are gonna do your work, and you have to listen to the teacher. So it's kind of like what you already do. It's just you're gonna be actually going to school.
Yeah, with Leah.
Yep.
With the Leahs. So Bonnie didn't want to go, and she wasn't allowed to bring a toy. Then Woody suggests that kindergarten is going to be hard for her. She needs to take a toy with her. We sneak a toy in the bag. Ragdoll lady was like, like
you're gonna get Bonnie in trouble.
You're gonna get Bonnie in trouble. Like we're not
trying
to
get her in trouble.
So Woody being Woody, what does he do?
He did what he wanted to do. He knew, but in this case, he did know what was best. He had a kid before. He knows how difficult it can be, and even though he did step on her toes because he was like, "Bitch, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about," he still went. So, but in this case, he knew what was best. Mm-hmm. So he sneaks off into the bag, and she gets to school, and the teacher, which was really nice, like when the little teacher came into the frame, I was like, she looks so really nice.
She was nice.
She was.
So she introduces herself to Bonnie, and she tells her where to put her backpack, and that they're gonna make a pencil case. And
it was a pencil case.
Mm-hmm, she said, "What do you guys need when you come to school? You're gonna need a pencil case. We're all gonna make one." And so she's like, okay, but she sits all the way in the back of the class by herself, and so she had like a little utensil
like
thing,
those baskets where you have like the pencils and the glue all separated.
Yeah,
has a little handle, and this little boy.
What was he eating when he came up?
I don't know.
A sucker or something?
He was eating.
Was it an apple?
It was an apple. Good
yeah.
job. Good job, Lyri. It was an apple.
So he came over. Oh, shoot. He came over here.
And she tried to speak to him. She was like, hi. And he just grabbed her little utensils
and was gone. I'm like, wow, you just stole. You ain't gonna say hi.
He was like this. Grab. And then when he threw away the apple, when he was done, all of the stuff, supplies, some of them went into the trash.
Oh yeah, like half of the basket went into the trash when he tried to throw away his apple. Like, so you just stole his stuff to just put half of them in the trash?
Well, he's a kindergarten, guys. Gotta understand that he's a little kid.
Yeah,
He's
so
not detail oriented.
And that Woody comes in the trash. He gets the
Who
supplies
does?
for
Woody.
to make so the girl gets something, and then her started to make something, and then it was Forky.
yes, she gets a Woody, like she said, like the 5-year-old said. Woody went into the trash can. Good old Woody got some supplies, threw it on the table for her, and she started to make some stuff out of like little what do you call a red stuff that she used? What is that? Like wire,
That's,
like the little wire with the
Wire,
little
yeah.
the little wire.
Pipe cleaner, I
It is
think.
pipe cleaner? Okay, yeah.
Instead of being Forky, we think it should be more like Sporky because he was.
I thought it should have been Sporky.
Because we call.
Yeah, but
those,
as
like,
a
when-
5-year-old, you see the little tongs on the end, you're gonna think it's a fork. So it makes sense.
Yeah,
And
so she
mm-hmm.
made the Forky. She wrote Bonnie on the bottom of the popsicle sticks. That was his feet. So she wrote that on there, and I guess at that point in time, he became a toy, which made him come to life. And enter Forky.
Okay.
Someone explain to us who Forky is, what type of person he is.
So he's running in. So when the toys are not looking, he runs to the trash.
We're not there yet.
Okay, so what I don't want to do, I don't want to tell the whole movie scene by scene. I just want us to say what we thought about it. Like if we wanted to say what we thought about a scene, but not the whole movie.
Okay.
Like when he runs to the trash, and then when they're not looking, when he runs to where he's going, and then grabs him, pull him back to where he was.
Why is he running to the trash?
Because he's made out of trash.
Okay. Aaliyah, BruhItzMeh, why is he running to the trash?
He's running to the trash because before he became alive and stuff, he was made out of trash, and Woody got him out of the trash so that he thinks like that's his home and everything. So each time people have their eyes off of him, or they do have his eyes on him, he runs to the trash and says trash.
He doesn't understand why he's a toy, and he doesn't want to be a toy. He wants to be trash, and he keeps running back to the trash because that's where he feels most comfortable. He's not used to someone flying him around the room and hugging him and things like that. He wasn't built to be a toy. He's meant to be a spoon or a fork. So he's used to soups and chilies and things like that, not to be a love thing. So when it's time for him to be a toy, he doesn't understand, like, why, first of all, why am I alive? And also, why is she playing with me?
Right. Yeah.
But once he understands,
It took him a while.
it did, because he was trying to get back to that trash.
Dad did not like
So,
him at the beginning. He did not like him at the
Why
beginning.
you didn't like Sporky at the beginning?
Wait.
Because he was getting on my nerves. He was getting on my nerves. All he was doing was trying to go to goddamn trash.
So, like, there was,
geez, I would have been like, yo. And then, yeah.
Because there was
He is done for.
this one.
Okay.
Wait, who goes
Because
first?
when he runs to the trash and then they look where, and then he keeps running where they can see him still running all the way to the trash where Bonnie's bed is. They see him, and then when he came out the backpack, and then he opened it, and he was like. Because he was nervous. He's like, then when he came out, he's like, no toy.
Yes.
And then
Go ahead, Leah.
and then so then there's like this one scene where, like, Woody is seeing that Forky is like the best thing that happened to Bonnie, because like that's like the one toy that she can bring to school.
Okay. What was Woody's deal?
He was
He didn't have a job. He didn't have anything to do. Like, he
other than
was
sitting in a closet waiting for his turn.
Yeah, he needed to feel important. He needed to feel like he was the leader, or that he was the one doing what was best for Bonnie. Whether or not that was he was one of those people, and he's always been that way. He's a toy where he's like, whether we get played with or we don't get played with, our job is to be there for the kid whenever they need us. So that was what he was caught up on, that same old Woody that no matter what it is, you know, we're gonna do what we need to do.
We're going to do what we need to do for the kid.
Right.
And he understood that she was nervous and that she needed something. And so he was going to make sure that she had exactly what she needed, even if it wasn't him.
Right.
So, Woody used all of his power to make sure Forky don't end up in the trash.
So when Woody was in Bonnie's hand, he looked right side of him, and he's like, and he looked in the trash. He's like,
Oh, when they were sleeping.
Yeah, when they were sleeping out there.
And then he was snuggly and said, I'm warm. And
Bonnie was sleeping.
Then
Hold on. Bonnie was sleeping, and she wanted to sleep with Forky. And Woody was there to make sure. So every time he jumped off the bed and into the trash, Woody was in the trash to push him back out or throw him back on the bed.
throw
and this
him back on the bed.
This
Throw him back
happened
on the
over and
bed.
over all night. And
That's,
so then
he's actually throwing
Okay.
him on the bed.
Thank you. So when she accidentally grabbed Woody instead of Forky, he was just like, oh yeah, I remember what this was like. And he kind of just falls asleep. But he had a hold of Forky until he fell asleep, and then Forky ended up back in the trash, and he woke up in Bonnie's arms.
Oh, we also forgot one thing. When Forky once came out the backpack, the dad and the mom said they were going to go on a road trip.
Mm-hmm.
And then when Woody is on the ground, the dad steps on his head and squish.
That was terrible.
Yeah, he stepped on him twice.
Yeah,
Stepped on
like
him twice.
he was like this.
The podcast people can't see you, Boogie.
They can't see you.
They can't.
He was like
Yes, and he had to blow out his face.
like this.
Yes. So they go on the road trip. They go on the road trip before school starts.
Right.
And she takes all her toys, and Forky's still trying to get back into the trash.
The whole time in the RV.
That would have been like, do not go ahead, go in the trash, because I'm done with you.
But see, Woody knew he had a job. That was his only job, though. He didn't have anything else to do, so he needed to feel that. So, of course, Forky jumps out of the moving RV. He like, I'm out. And
I'm free.
Woody goes behind him. Well, he finds out where they're going to go. Buzz lets him know from the GPS. He goes out the window with them. So, he finally finds him, and he's trying to explain to him that Bonnie needs him and why he needs him. But, you know, they're walking back the 5 miles, and once he gives the analogy that it's like trash, and to give it into a way that he understood why Bonnie needed him. Now, they get back to town, and Woody sees a light.
This is also where me and Dad went to go get a refill of the drinks.
And popcorns and stuff. Not popcorns, yeah, the drinks. And he sees a light, and he's like, what is that? So they're almost there. They're almost at the RV park. And so he looks at this light, and he remembers that it's the light kind of like that Bo Peep used to have. So he's like, could it be? Like, could this be Bo Peep after 9 years? Your nose. What are you doing? He was like, could this be, the light? Possibly. But he saw the stand, and he didn't see Bo. So he's like, okay. So now Forky, he's ready to go. He ready to go back to Bonnie. He like, I'm about to be a toy. We're about to do this. And now Woody's just like, I got to go into the store. He saw the lamp in the antique store. He's like, I got to go into the store. So they was going to go to the little mail thing. And so Forky's like, no, we got to get back to Bonnie. He's like, we'll be there in just a moment. We'll be there before she wakes up. So he takes him into the store, and he's calling for Bo. Bo, where are you? Not there.
And then Forky says, Bo.
Yeah, so he's repeating everything that Woody's saying.
Yeah.
So they're looking around, and so then they see the doll. What's the doll name? Y'all remember? Gabby.
Gabby.
She like the little mob lady, because the dummies that are with her are like her protectors.
Yeah, they puppets. There's a bunch of puppets.
They look. What do
Yeah.
they call it? If you saw Goosebumps,
Ventriloquist dummies.
if you saw like Goosebumps, they look like Slappy.
Yes, so they're ventriloquist dummies, and they're with her, and so her voice box was broken.
Yes.
And so when she saw Woody, she introduced herself, but then she's like, what year were you made? And he was like, I don't know, probably like the 50s. And she's like, what? You're in great condition. And so she plays her voice box and notices that, or she knew it was broken, so she played it for him. And so then she's
What
like,
does her voice box do when she played it?
she pulled it, but it's just distorted. So she's like, I'm Gabby. So it's just,
I never heard that part, yeah.
Yeah. And so she takes it apart and she's like, my record plays. It's just that my voice box was distorted. And so he was like, oh, okay. So then the dummy grabs his and pulls his string and his plays fine. And so she's like, wow.
It's like, I think it's supposed to like,
Oh, so she's like, wow. So she's all fascinated by it. And you can tell there's something going on. Something about to happen, and basically, they're trying to get him. They're just being real creepy, and they try to get him, and then like the store opens up, I believe, and so they end up running away.
Yeah.
But Forky gets left.
yeah.
So y'all came back at that point.
Yeah, we was there when they was chasing him, and he lost Forky, and they ended up having Forky, and he was running through. So yeah, we caught up to that. We were there on that part. Now, Gabby is technically the bad person of the movie.
Yeah.
Like, who's the bad people of all the other movies? Like
The Fresh Scent Bear, whatever his name was.
what was the name of the bear in Toy Story 3?
I think it was.
What's his name?
Pluto? No.
No, it wasn't. The purple one in Toy Story 3, the bad guy. Anyway, can't remember his name. Lotso.
Lotso Huggins.
Yeah, Lotso. That's what it was.
So when the girl saw Gabby on the shelf.
Okay, we're
Wait,
not going to get to that
we're not
part.
there yet.
We're not getting to that part yet.
Yeah.
So, Woody gets out of there.
And he ends up in like a little park. And so there's toys. Some toys are happy. Some toys are running away. He ends up at a camp kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And so, something pulls up. Kids, I think it's a bus. Bus pulls up. Kids hop out. The sand is jumping. And kids come running toward the sand. And they're like, yeah, we're going to get played with. So he's trying to get out of there because he knows he has to go back to try to go get Forky. So then a little girl picks him up. And then while she picks him up, she's like, oh, why don't you meet? And who is it? Who is the other doll that she has? Good old Bo.
Bo-Peep.
And you can just tell, even though he was like smiling.
It was a normal
just
smile that's normally in his jump. Them eyes was twinkling.
Yes, them eyes was like, could it be?
Is it the same Bo?
There goes my baby. Hey, that's what it was like.
Oh my gosh.
But yes, so he was happy to see Bo.
He was happy. So they go, and then it is the Bo, and Bo is like, she's like a G.
Yes.
She's been
Ninja Bo.
She's been on her own for like 7 years. I think she said like 7 years. So she got this little crew. She got her sheep or her lamb.
Lefty.
What's the name of the sheep?
I don't know.
I know one of them was
What's
called
the name of the
Lefty.
sheep?
I just said the two names.
Leary. What's the name of the sheep?
I don't remember.
Billy Goat Gruff.
Billy Goat Gruff.
Wow.
Okay. And it was all
Lefty.
It's kind of how I remember the name of the sheep, but I can't remember.
I don't know.
Damn Gabby.
I don't know. But so yeah, she got them, and then she got the little chick. What's her name?
Chick.
The Polly Pocket chick.
Yeah, she was a Polly Pocket, definitely. But I don't remember her name.
Start with a B.
No, I think it was Gig or Gidgy or Gigi.
Gidgy.
I don't know, some shit like that.
Gidgy Gig?
We don't.
Goggy Gidgy.
Yo.
Gidgy Gidget. Give me
Yo,
Gidget
don't come for
Gaggy.
us. Don't come to us for like all of the facts off top, okay?
People over here
we are
like,
reviewing the movie.
Gidget.
I'm about to go on Showbox and see if we can watch this bitch again tonight.
Wow.
Anyway, we went to the movies to see it.
Yeah.
By the way. But
Then what? How else do we?
Her
see
name
it?
was Officer Giggle McDimples.
okay,
See
Giggle
it?
McDimples. But they called her the Gig or something. I think they called her Gig.
Oh,
Yes.
we seen that girl in the
Yes, of
Yes,
course. That's what we're talking about. So she had her, and then
Leave him alone.
wow. And so they was funny because they was driving around in like a remote control car, but it had like skunk on top of it, like a skunk looking wig or whatever, like a fur, a fake fur, whatever. It looked like a skunk was running around. And I thought from immediately before they even said it in the movie, I was like, yo, that's dope. They get a skunk because who's gonna mess with a skunk? You see a skunk, it look like something, a skunk coming to you, you gone.
Gonna run away, right?
Yeah, you're not worried about that.
10,000 miles away from the skunk.
So yeah, so he links up with her, and she agrees to help him get Forky back. Mm-hmm.
Persuasion.
Now rewind. One of the funniest
Zip, zip,
things,
zip, zip,
one of the
zip.
funniest things about the movie was Buzz and his inner voice. That was hilarious because, and that's a rewind.
Well, Woody didn't do a very good job of explaining to him what the heck an inner voice was.
He did. I mean, I guess he didn't know. So, but before Forky ran away, Buzz asked Woody, why are you, so focused on keeping Forky safe for Bonnie? And he was like, I just the voice inside of me tells me to do this. And he was like, who do you think it is? He was like, who do I think who is? The voice inside your head.
Me?
And he was like, it's me. He was like, wait. And he was like, it's my conscious.
And then Buzz pulled Woody's string, and and then he started pressing his buttons.
So yeah, so the whole time, I guess the whole time, Buzz thought that the voice inside his head, that his inner voice was his buttons.
His little buttons on his chest.
His buttons was guiding him correctly.
Except that part
What?
when it was saying to leave Woody.
That was the right thing to do too.
He hit that thing like 7 times. That thing told him to leave 7
Woody.
times.
Leave Woody. Leave Woody.
A mission abort.
It was
Back to
leave
headquarters.
Woody.
Back
It
to
was-
Star Command. Go. Get the
Go,
fuck outta
go.
here. Buzz, what the fuck you doing?
He's like, okay.
Yeah. So.
And around that time was the time that Woody saw the mission at hand, which was to get Forky. But he's not thinking about the other people that's around him that's helping him to get Forky.
Yeah.
So he goes and he just wants to run in, and then Bo's sheep ended up getting hurt.
Yeah, that was one of the things that annoyed the hell out of me about Woody
You
in
lost
this movie.
your
He got to a
woman.
point where he's like, the desperation to get Forky back for Bonnie just was overcoming him. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he wasn't thinking straight. He was putting everybody at risk. Like, there was a point in time where everybody was about to get away. The only person that wasn't going to get away was Forky. And instead of Woody making sure everybody was safe, Woody sacrifices himself for Forky, thus sacrificing the sheep, thus sacrificing Bo, sacrificing fucking Gig got eaten by the cat. Gig got eaten by the damn cat. Swallowed.
did.
I was like, yo, Woody is wildin', bro. Like, he is sacrificing everybody.
And who do you call it? What the bunny?
And he was still like, everybody needs to dust yourself off. We got to go back in here. We got to go get him.
Yep.
Not, are you okay? Not, is your sheep okay? Not, is, everybody ready to go back in? He was
The
just
bunny-
like, no, we good.
The
And
bunny
we
also
go.
got hurt. It got
Yeah.
tore open.
Yeah.
The bunny and the duck, the bunny and the duck, who was played by Key and Peele.
Infinity
pretty
at my
funny.
foot.
They were pretty funny because they were super violent.
He
They
was
always
like,
wanted the oh man,
he was like,
what's the name of the move, the shit that they do to people? Something
Plush Rush?
Plush Rush. Plush Rush. That shit was hilarious. Everything was beating somebody up.
and then when they see the bunny was half open, they like, is that how you look like?
And the inside.
I think it was
Is that,
the
he was
zebra.
like, is that how we look like in
Yeah,
this
the zebra,
movie?
Right, the zebra
He
was
was like,
ripped
is
open.
this? He was like,
Yeah.
this is how. This
Okay, we got it, Larry. I'm saying that when he saw the sheep that was tore up by the cat. That was, the zebra.
was
The
the
zebra
sheep.
that was tore
Yeah.
up.
by the
the
cat.
cat.
They said there
when
was so
the
much
cat
fluff.
when the cat was stretching, and then the cat walked away. He's like, And then when they saw the toy whoop from the zebra, they were like, ah!
Yeah. So that was a great, like, not great, but that was horrible. I hated the fact that Woody was sacrificing everybody, because that was a very low moment. Like, I feel like out of all 4 Toy Stories, like, that very moment was Woody's lowest moment. Whoa!
But it was desperate.
Never mind. I don't know if it's lower than when he knocked Buzz out the window.
Oh, that was
I don't know if it's
pretty.
lower
That
than
was
that.
that was
See, well,
pretty.
that's one thing that
That
you
was
can
low.
Like, that
say
was very cold.
Woody has that desperation when
Yeah.
it's with his kid. He has that desperation, like anything and anybody is. You can sacrifice them for the main object.
Yeah.
He did knock Woody. He did knock Buzz's ass right out the window.
'Cause he
But
was the
once
new
everybody
favorite.
once everybody was like, "Yo, where's Buzz?" Oh no! Like, what did I
don't know
do?
where
Kind of
Buzz
thing.
is.
Yeah, I think that might have been Woody's lowest moment, because this one, while it was low, while he did risk everybody's lives, he was doing it for a noble reason, I guess. But it's just like,
Bruh.
I don't know, man. I would have made her another Forky.
What? You can't just make another Forky.
I'd have made her another Forky that
Forky,
didn't have Bonnie
what
written on the
happened
bottom of it, so it wouldn't be alive.
She would have known that it wasn't though.
Yeah, she would have known. But no, I'm actually just joking. But that was, I would say that that's probably not the lowest, not lower than that, because that was pretty low. But that was just, I was upset with Woody in that moment. I was upset with
Yeah,
Woody.
that's your woman.
And then he, like you said, he wanted everybody to run back in there and try to save Forky again. Like, bro, we just barely made it out of there just now.
It was like a couple seconds, and he was like, "All right, everybody, dust yourself off." You got Billy Gold Gruff. They got one of the foot came off, and the plush hanging out, and everybody is tore up. You didn't even say, "Let us get a breath in, and then we're gonna go ahead and run back in with a plan." You was just like, "All right, we got to go back in. I know a way we can get in." Wait a minute.
But
I am hurt.
the thing was, like, he's all dusted. He's like, okay, everybody, dust yourself off. We barely survived out the cat. If the cat didn't give up when we came out of that little slot thing, we all would have been tore up. Because all of us were on the ground, and the cat was already up. If the cat didn't give up, then we all would have been dead right now.
And then when Woody came back in, when Buzz left, and then Gabby and what was the boy's name again?
The dummies.
Oh, and the dummies came with her.
One of them name was
And
Benson.
then when he
What was her
grabbed
name?
something, he was like,
One of them name was Benson.
Benson, right?
Yeah, one of them.
Wait,
So
grabs-
before we get to that part, baby, I wanted to still key in on that part where they were outside, where they got chased outside or whatever, and they all barely made it out, and Woody wanted to go back in. We didn't necessarily explain that they all was like, nah, everybody,
He was all-
even Buzz.
He was all standing everybody up and dusting everybody off and just...
Putting their helmets back on. He's like, "All right, let's go." And
on,
everybody
let's
was
go.
like, "Absolutely not. We're not going back in there."
He even put, what do you call it, the bunnies fluff back into the slot. I'm like...
Yeah, and everybody said no. They wanted to leave. And so, he gets mad, and then he hit Bo, and he did the little, what is it, the under the belt?
Oh, yeah.
What'd he do? What'd he say to Bo?
Yeah, because Bo was like, basically, what'd she say to him?
She was
to
a
make
lost
him,
toy.
No, what did she say to him? She was basically saying, like, you can't sacrifice everything, for one kid. There's a bunch of kids
Things
out there.
happen, yeah. Basically, things happen, and, they're going to get over it.
Yeah. And he was like, he told her, he was like, you wouldn't know anything about this because, you're a lost toy.
You don't understand because this is something that lost toys don't understand.
Yeah.
Right.
And I was like,
Damn.
ooh. When he said that, I was like, ooh.
Ouch.
So quiet.
And everybody got quiet, and they looked at him, and it was like, all right, we out.
like, all right,
That's
my
it.
I would have been gone too.
Good luck.
And I thought it was
Do
funny.
you want to get your hair redone? Then stop rubbing your hair like that.
And I thought it was funny too because Gig was at that moment was that homegirl that was like, I can't believe you believe he was.
Yes,
like
she
this."
was. She was like, I cannot believe he was sacrificed everything. And another thing, I can't believe that he said this. And she was just making it worse. Like, even if she was thinking about doing whatever, she was going to make sure that she knew how mad she should be. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but nonetheless, Woody went back inside. And one thing that was crazy too, but we got to realize too, Forky when I was asking y'all to explain who Forky is, Forky's pretty much like, he's like a baby. You know what I'm saying? Like, he doesn't know much. He's not smart. He's kind of dumb because he hasn't developed. Only thing he knows was...
He been alive 2 days.
He been alive for 2 days.
And then when Woody came back inside, and then he was like, Woody, he left me.
Okay, so I don't know what part that was you were talking about.
It's
So he
it's
comes
like,
back
Penny
inside,
left
and he
me.
doesn't even get anywhere when he gets inside, which I expected. When you go back inside right after going out that way, you come right back in that way. Mm-hmm. They're gonna be pretty much right there waiting for you. So they're there waiting for him, and then Gabby has a moment of sincerity. Gabby has like a moment of softness.
I don't believe that she was a true villain.
She wasn't. And I think that's how they played it. They played it like to where she was a villain, but then when you really, when she, like I said, she had a moment of sincerity. She got really serious, and she got soft.
Right,
and
because
she pleaded with him.
Right, because Lotso Huggins, he was a damn villain.
He was rotten.
Straight up. He was an evil to the core, through his plush was evil as fuck.
He hypnotized Buzz and everything.
But she wasn't. I think she had goons because, why not? Mm-hmm. But that doesn't necessarily make her a bad person. And I thought that when she explained everything to him and basically was like, look, I've never been played with, and basically like, watching them grow up is as amazing as they say it is, and seeing them do this and being there for them. I've never had that because I came out the box defective and nobody wanted me. Right. So she never got that chance. So when she was explaining that, I was like, oh man, is she running game? Like, is she gonna do a Lotso Huggins to him? Is she gonna do all this? And he was just like, you know what, take the box, it's fine.
And just
so
give me Forky.
Right,
and you can have my voice box.
And she was like, cool. And so they switched boxes and took his pull string and everything. I thought they was going to give him the defective box, but they just took the thing out altogether. So I was really happy to know that she wasn't really the bad guy. And I got scared
too. So then she has her voice box. So throughout the movie, she's telling Forky about this girl named Harmony. Mm-hmm. That's funny. I remember her name.
Me too. I know her name too.
But she's telling him about this girl named Harmony that looks exactly like a little girl in a book that she's read, like about tea time. Mm-hmm. And she looks pretty much exactly like the doll that the girl's having tea time with in the book.
I think the book came with her.
It might have.
It might have. Yeah, you might be right. But so yeah, she's watching the little girl. The little girl's the granddaughter of the antique store
grandma.
That was her grandma. But let's understand that Gabby sits on a shelf. Yes. So she sits in a glass shelf all the time, and she gets to watch the little girl play tea time, and she looks at her book. So she's basically stayed on the shelf. And Bo was put into the antique shop, and Bo didn't want to just sit on the shelf. She was like, this is for the birds. So everything in the shop basically just stays where it's at. It sits on the shelf. They don't never get played with. And Gabby had a chance to watch the girl, but she wanted to be played with. She wanted to have tea time with her. Mm-hmm. So just kind of give y'all a backstory.
So she had been watching the girl for a while, and so when she finally got her voice box, she, set herself up out there, and the little girl was playing, and then she went off, to her little thing. And like I said, with her voice, like we said, her voice box is pretty much very exactly like Woody's. It's a pull string.
Right.
So,
Well, so was she reading? Was she reading or doing something?
The little girl was playing with something or something.
Yeah.
Or reading. Yeah, you might be right. And she made, her noise, something like, I'm Gabby, let's be best friends, or something like that. And the little girl goes up to her, and the soft music's playing.
And it's
like
Forky,
and then Forky's like, "Oh no, Woody, let's look. It's fine. It's really happening."
Because Woody had gotten Forky back, and they were leaving the store.
Right.
And so Forky was like, "No, let's watch this moment because it's gonna be epic. It's gonna be just her chance."
And then when Gabby sits on the shelf, and then when the girl walks to her, when her sees the pull thing talk to her, and then her walks over to the shelf.
Mm-hmm. She grabs her.
And then her grabs her.
And then the the grandma says, "Oh, you can take her home."
Well,
if you want to."
she calls for the grandma. She says, "Grandma, I see that there's an old doll," and she was like, "Oh, really?" And she's like, "Yeah." She's like, "Well, you can take her home if you want to." And Boogie, what she say?
Her said, nah. Oh, and then I threw her in the toy box where it
Which
is.
was full of
A whole
blocks.
bunch
Ouch.
of blocks.
Yep.
Just threw her in there. She was
She's
like,
like, "No,
the
thank
music.
you."
Now just imagine like they're staring at each other, and she's like, and it's like, and it's like, you can take her home if you want to. Nope.
Oh, jump.
And it was like, I was in the movie like, oh.
Everybody's mouths open.
She got play, all of that stuff for the voice box and how
She went through
she's,
surgery and everything.
all of that.
Mama,
And the girl didn't want
I
her.
was like this.
So
Yeah.
Woody, being the toy that he couldn't leave her. They was already
no toy left
They
behind.
was already good to go. They was in Bonnie's backpack. Bonnie had picked them up. They was gonna be good money.
Yep.
And nope,
Woody
was
couldn't do
like-
it.
he couldn't do
He
it.
was
So
like,
he
nah.
had to go back for Gabby.
Yep.
And he wanted to take her to Bonnie's because he thought that she'd be able to that Bonnie would like her or whatever. But at that point in time, Bo Peep had
came
decided.
back?
Yeah, she had decided she wanted to come back to save Woody.
How did she decide?
She
Maybe
was,
I remember.
They was under the little carousel or merry-go-round, whatever the little roller coaster
And
thing.
McGiggles was going off
Yeah.
about him and was like, I can't believe it, and how he gonna do this and how he gonna do that. And she was basically, in the effort of her trying to be mad, McGiggles was trying to be mad. She kind of made Bo Peep realize that that's just how he is.
Yeah,
He's loyal to
he's
the
just
end.
loyal, and he's just,
And she was like, yeah, that's the kind of guy you need on your side. So she decided to go back and help him. And so they bring him with them, and Buzz comes back too. So Buzz takes Forky, and they're basically trying to
no, Buzz doesn't come back. Buzz goes. He went back to the RV.
RV.
Yeah.
Right.
But
and then Woody sent Forky back in the backpack and said, when you get back,
tell
when you,
Buzz.
when you
Okay,
get
yeah.
back, tell Buzz to meet me over here or whatever.
By the carousel.
By the
Yeah.
carousel.
So
The merry-go-round. You mean the carousel?
this shit was funny too because he was like, tell Buzz to meet me by the merry-go-round. The merry-go-round.
What's the merry-go-round?
He was like, you know, the thing with the lights and the horses and the stuff like that.
Oh, you mean
that
the
go around the
carousel?
circle. And I'm thinking like he just doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. He's just like, you mean the carousel? Oh, well, yeah.
Like, well, okay. You want to be technical? Yes, of course.
And then when he said after the carousel, you mean trash?
Okay, I can't deal with Boogie. Okay.
So they go and they're pretty much trying to make their way back to Bonnie. The fan turned off. I heard that very much so.
Hello, guys.
Yes, welcome. If you have heard, did you just smack the damn mic?
No, she
No, I
clapped.
Oh,
clap.
I was about to smack.
Anyways.
Anyway, so they are pretty much trying to make their way to Bonnie at the RV. Now we're gonna say what happened with the RV. Well, are we gonna address the damn horse, the pony?
I don't know what the hell was with the unicorn.
Oh, was it unicorn?
was a
Yes.
uni-
Did it have a horn?
Yeah, it had
I
a
didn't
horn.
notice- I didn't
Yeah,
notice
that thing was dirty.
It was dusty, and this dude was like, any ideas? Because like at first, because Buzz was all like, soon she's gonna remember that she doesn't have her backpack. Bonnie was over here like, nope, we're good. Oh shoot! And then the unicorn was like, we can always set her dad up for a fake crime, and he can go to jail.
Like, what the hell? He kept trying
What?
to send the dad to jail.
He kept trying to get the dad to go to jail.
He
They got them to the carousel by what they do. The dad was trying to press on the gas.
brakes and gas, and then
And
First they pretended to be the GPS.
Yes.
And they was trying to tell him
Direct.
direction so that they would turn back around and go back to the carnival. So, they got him to come back, but the dad is trying to like press the brakes and they pushing the gas and they pretty much skirt.
Pull
what I'm saying?
over.
And then the cops come and then
Pull
shit was funny,
over.
'cause
And they
the-
couldn't pull over, and he was trying to yell out the window that they couldn't pull over.
yeah, but then they kept rolling the window up so they couldn't hear him. And then once they stopped, the police was all talking to the dad, and then the unicorn's he's
He was
going
like-
to jail.
He was like, step out of the car. So they stepped out of the car, and then after he talked to the cops, when he went to go get back into the car, Forky's there now locking the door.
Yeah,
So now
Forky's
he
locking
can't
the
get
door,
into
yeah.
the car. So he's just like he was like, this is a rental. I don't know what's going on. with this RV, but I know that they ain't never gonna get an RV again. He's
Not
just
from
like,
there.
what
Not from
the
that
hell?
place they rented.
I remember when the tire popped. If the okay.
Oh yeah, Jessie.
So like
we
when
forgot about Jessie. That was a clutch moment for her.
yeah when she popped the tire and they
Why did
all
she pop the tire?
She popped the tire so I could buy more time for Woody, Buzz, and Forky to get back.
Right.
And then once she popped the tire, the dad was like, "Jeez, this thing's going so
Looking
hard."
just
Dad,
like Verse.
Dad would have been stomping. Oh, this
He
thing's
was
going
like,
so
come
bad.
on, and me and BruhItzMeh just look right over there because I
I'm
was
like,
that's
that
our
was
Verse moment.
you.
Yeah, definitely. Because after we done spent hours, or whatever looking for this damn spork, looking for a damn
But
spork, we looking for
real
hours,
though.
and then we come back and now our tire's flat.
But for real though, you as Verse Van Robinson,
Would I have been looking for this spork
would you have gone out and looked for this spork over
for a
and
little
over?
bit?
For a little bit.
How
Next
How
question.
long would you have? What are you setting your cap at?
What is your step in your camera?
I don't have no patience,
The spork.
so I don't have no patience. So I'm gonna look around
Make another one.
and then exactly.
That's what I'm gonna say. I'm like, when we get to town where we going or whatever,
Make
we stop
another
by the
one.
thing, we get you the stuff. You can make another sporky.
But like the little girl was over here like, but it's special. I can't make another one.
Like, we're gonna look for it. Like, I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna look for it. We're definitely gonna look for it. We're gonna look under the thing, and I'm gonna make sure that I allow her to see. So as if it was Boogie, I'm like, hey, we're gonna look we're looking under. You see, we don't see it. We're looking behind it. We're looking around it. And at that point in time, it's just like, well, what we're gonna do? We'll make it something that we can do together. Maybe we'll make it into like, we'll make a whole family of Sporkies. We go buy a whole 20
Right.
pack,
Right.
and we'll just make it a
Right,
craft
that's a good
thing
idea.
while we're driving around. Like, we'll make it a thing.
That's
but
a good idea.
I'm not spending no hours going back and forth about no damn spork.
Not on sport.
So the only thing that would have made us stay would have been the tire.
yeah,
that
the tire
Jessie
definitely.
popped.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Dad would have been.
Oh yeah, what the fuck?
he would say that because
I don't have time for this. Like, he would have been so pissed off.
there's this one morning where when it's like the morning we had to go somewhere. Everybody had to go to work and stuff. We were going outside and Dad forgot his wallet. The whole ride. She gotta go back because I forgot my wallet. Just mad. And it'll be quiet for like a minute and then suddenly out of nowhere. He'd be like,
I don't like this reenactment.
Daddy ain't got no patience. One time we went to the store. I forgot. It was some kind of fast food we went to. And he had all the drinks. And I guess one of the drinks it wasn't secure in the little holder. And it showed it fell right off. And it splattered. He was like, what the fuck? Like he was...
What are we doing? What are we doing here? I thought we talking about a
No,
movie.
we're talking about how mad you get because you be getting so mad. Like, you was extremely. Hold on, Boogie. He was extremely flammable, and the whole time I was like, "Well, babe, we can just share our drinks with you, or here you can have my drink. I can drink something else."
That was like,
Nah.
gotta go back. Gotta go back.
I ain't going back.
I gotta go
So
back.
fucking stupid. I can't believe I got to drink.
And that when the toys
Larry. Okay, go ahead.
when the toys control the car, and then it says take another. It says take a right. And then it says take a right.
Back to when they was talking
And then,
to
and then it says take a right. It says take another right.
Right.
That's
So
right.
she's talking about the GPS that we were talking about. So
Hold on, freeze.
Hold on, wait. One more story. Of course.
one more story.
Yes.
Yes. So, same thing. No, actually, I think we were late for a movie or something. I don't know, but we had to go and stuff, and there was like a huge line and everything, and Lily kept forgetting stuff and doing all that stuff. Dad, whole time, jeez. Hold on. No, I think I told the story wrong.
Oh my gosh.
Hold on, I need time to think of it. Go back to the story. But I'm gonna come out of nowhere and be like, wait, I remember the story.
Okay. Anyways, yes, you're right, Boogie, that they kept going and they had to turn
He's
around
back.
in the GPS.
Yeah, so we were at the part where they got back to the carousel and they're pretty much splitting up. They're forking. Woody is going back, but he's saying bye to Bo again, like he did at the beginning of the movie. Mm-hmm. And this time it's a little harder because the first time he was saying bye to her to stay with Andy. Mm-hmm. This time he was saying bye with her to stay to Bonnie. Not to say
Andy
he didn't love Bonnie.
Ace.
Yeah,
right.
Not to say that he didn't love Bonnie, but if everybody remember, I think Andy asked Woody to take care of Bonnie. I think he did in Toy Story 3. I don't know, but
yes.
So I'm not gonna say that Woody didn't love Bonnie, but he didn't love her like Andy.
Not Andy. But see, then again, Bonnie didn't love Woody like Andy did.
Right, true.
Like it would have been different if she would have played with him 24/7 and done other things. It would have been completely different. But Andy, that was his dude. So so it was different. So they were about to get back into the RV and they were saying bye. And it was just really sad. It was a touching moment because, goodbyes are always hard. Mm-hmm. And 9 years prior, they had the same thing where he had to say goodbye. And, but it's just like, think of it as an adult. Like, right. You're losing, like, you obviously love this person and you know why they left the first time.
You thought you'd never see them again.
Right. And now that I got to see you again, I'm about to lose you again to another kid. But I like the fact that Woody was like, but he went back and he was talking to Buzz, and Buzz was like, you know what, she'll be all right. And he was like,
before we get there, I want to say that during the moment when they were saying bye to each other, mm-hmm. something happened that does not normally happen when we watch movies. The sad parts.
Man, this nigga, man.
Never happens.
Y'all suck.
Excuse me.
So, everyone, we want to say how proud we are of Z because she shed a tear.
No, I didn't say I shed a tear. I said I teared up. Okay, yeah, I did have to wipe a little bit, but that's not the point. The point is,
sad, right?
It was very sad because it was.
Okay.
My tears was tearing out.
You was crying?
You were crying too?
It's only because goodbyes are very, very hard for me. Like, to see someone that you love, whether it's your kids or anybody, and they're saying goodbye to you, and you may never see that person again, that is so sad. It was very sad. It was a very touching moment, and damn it, I did. I teared up, and I was like, damn it, Toy Story!
Congratulations, Toy Story. You have made a long-lasting memory.
So back to where you were. You were saying he was saying this is gonna be hard to Woody. He was saying to
Buzz was saying it to Woody.
No, Woody was saying to Buzz like this is gonna be hard. I don't know about this or whatever.
Yeah, he was saying he didn't know.
And then Buzz said, "What? I'm sure she'll be fine, or she's gonna be fine." And then he said, Bonnie's gonna be fine."
And he looked at him like, "You're basically validating what I already felt. I felt like I didn't want to really go back and stay in the closet and watch from the shutters what happens out there. Like, you're basically telling me or giving me the okay, like I'm not an ain't shit toy, that I'm just abandoning her." So I think he needed that validation in order for him to
Buzz.
go forward.
And had to come
but as soon as he got
too.
that shit, he was bye. But then also what made me, melt in my heart was the fact that all the toys came out there and it was like, we about to, we leaving, we splitting up, and everybody was, hugging on Woody and stuff. That's mainly the parts, like not just when he was saying bye to her, but when everybody came out and everybody was hugging and we ain't gonna see each other no more.
Did anybody see this where everybody started hugging and everything? Poor Rex over here can't hug nobody. On the side,
I
just
believe.
head.
I didn't
I don't believe I saw that part.
Just head on every. So I just imagine. So Rex is there. He also hugged. So everybody's over here with arms, long arms. Everybody's hugging. Everybody's hugging.
So he's just
Rex is over here, just arms on the side, just head on everybody. Like, poor Rex, he didn't even hug anybody.
Like, dang, the crew is split up. Like, Woody is the ace and he gone.
But like, Buzz was already with his woman. So like,
but I love the fact that he did pick Bo this time because Buzz won't go leave. He got Jessie. That's his woman. When he went back to factory mode, he was all Spanish talking to her. That's his woman. He like, nah, I can't go nowhere. Jessie finally getting played with, so she ain't staying. And then of course you got Mr. Potato Head, punk ass. I don't like Mr. Potato Head. I really don't. Mr. Potato Head. He is such he gets on my nerves. But he won't stay in. Him and his little alien churn and his wife. He got his woman, so he not staying. He not leaving. So but it was dope how they all came out to say goodbye to him, and at the end of the day, babe. At the end of the day, he got Bo. Because, it was real sad when was it the second one? It was the second or third one they started talking. It was like, yeah, and Bo. And then he just got real sad. He was like, yeah, Bo. And got his Bo back. It's about to go down.
I think it was the third one because that was when everybody... No, hold on. I'm not sure. I don't know.
So before we tap out of here... Everybody's favorite part of the movie. What was your favorite part of the movie? Larry, let's start with you.
Is L-Boogie.
My favorite part was at the end.
What part at the end?
The one that the girl pulled down what he said.
Oh wait, we didn't say what happened. But I would say that as my favorite part. Go. Your favorite part.
Say what as your favorite part?
What's your favorite part?
Can you come back to me?
What was your favorite part, babe?
My favorite part, and we didn't actually talk about this, was when they were on their way to Bonnie, back to the RV at the end. Gabby saw a little girl on the side of one of the little carnival things, whatever. And she was crying. And she was lost basically, and she was crying. And Gabby was like basically told Woody like, okay, I think that this is what I'm supposed to do. I think I'm supposed to be with her.
I love that it was a mid-run too. Like they was on their way, actively trying to get back. Everybody had already walked or ran ahead of her, and the little girl caught her eye. Mm-hmm. And she stopped, and the little girl was all frantic, and she was crying, and she was scared, and she didn't know what to do. And immediately she knew that was going to be her person. Mm-hmm. Like she knew that she needed to be there for her. And so when she, Woody came back, and he was kind of like about to be like, well, we got to go. Mm-hmm. And then he looked down, and then he looked at her, and he knew that twinkle in her eye. He knew that face. So he was like, you sure? And she was like, yeah. And then they looked over there to Bo, and Bo gave the head nod like, yeah. So they helped her get her. And so then when they went down there, they, lowered her down and everything. And when the girl, I think they pulled a stringer or some. No, they rolled the ball. Yeah, and then the ball went over there to the doll. And so when they picked her up and she pulled a string, and she was like, are you lost too? Yeah, that was a pretty dope part. And then she found her parents and things like that. So yeah, Gabby had her person, and she was happy. Yep. That was dope.
And when at the end when
Lord, come on, Boogie.
Oh, I have my favorite
when
part.
the girl came out of the bag, and then her opened the bag up, and then all the people, all the toys went out their Forky's way, and then both of them looked at each other.
Oh yeah, the little credits where the little knife
with the
and
knife.
Okay. I don't even know. Did we figure out what the name was?
I don't think that they had a name. The knife,
Forky,
Knifey. Didn't have a name.
Call it Knifey. We call it
Knifey. But now Forky had a woman. Yeah.
So like Forky's there.
What's your favorite part?
My favorite part is when it was a funny part. It was when Forky jumped out the window, freedom. Woody jumped out the window to go find him, and once he find him, he looks at Woody has his arm. Oh yeah. Woody has his arm, and they're all walking. Forky's like, carrying me. He's like, no. So of course
he was dragging him.
Woody was over here walking normal.
He was dragging him.
He was dragging him at first. He was like, carry me. He was like, no. He tried to walk. But then he got back down to dragging. And then he tried to walk again, and then he got back to dragging. And then he got back up, and he was just walking. And then he was like, carry me. And then Woody was like, no.
I wouldn't carry them either, because it was just like, man, I'm out here because of you. Like, I ain't carrying you.
It was like over and over and over.
But he was struggling.
Can you carry me? No. Can you carry me? No. Can you carry me? No.
Okay.
He was extremely struggling
What's your
to
favorite
run. He was.
What was your favorite part?
Well, of course, my favorite part was the end. Was when he chose
Was
him
he chose
woman.
Yeah, because I was gonna say that until we forgot the Gabby one.
Yeah, that was my favorite part. That
Wait a second.
I like the part too.
Okay, great. That was my favorite part too, though. That he chose her. Like, she understood it. She basically gave him the okay. Because remember when I don't know if you were there, but when they did the little 9 years ago part and they were in the box, she was basically saying,
Come with me.
Toys get lost every day.
Mm-hmm.
So you could have just got lost. It's rainy. You could have got washed away. There's plenty of room in this box for you to come with me. But then he was thinking about it, but then Andy came out frantic looking for Woody. And so when he realized that Andy was frantic looking for him, he basically was like, no. And she adjusted his hat and was basically like saying goodbye. But this time she even adjusted his hat and he turned around to go away for this time. And, he talked to his boy. His boy was like, nah, you gotta stay. I love the fact that he chose her, and also the fact that all of the toys came out and they said goodbye. They said their final goodbyes, and nobody was hating. Nobody was like, oh, you're gonna, not stay with us. Like, they knew. They knew that he wasn't getting played with.
Even Heartless, the potato head,
right,
went to go say goodbye without
Boogie,
a hate comment.
Yeah, so I really liked the part where they said goodbye. He was free. He was free, to be with his woman for eternity and to help other toys that don't have homes and
to infinity
like
and
beyond. You didn't realize that the dude that ran the carnival had a little Pizza Planet tattoo on his leg? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, yeah.
I don't
carry me.
Okay, well, that, ladies and gentlemen, is our Toy Story 4 review. What am I waiting for?
Wait. I remember the story.
Hurry up and tell the story.
I'm gonna go nice to slow. I'm just kidding.
Come on now.
I'm just kidding. So every day when we're going to work and stuff, there's always this light. There's this light that like nobody's coming, and there's like nobody coming. The light's still red, and there's just nobody. Nobody,
traffic light.
A traffic light, and just nobody's coming. Mm-hmm. Each day, Dad's like, "Oh my gosh, there's no one there." He's just there every day, and he's just there, just waiting. Mm-hmm. Might as well. Yes. He's over here about to do the. His foot is so close to the pedal. He's.
Daddy is a very patient man with a lot of things, but his forgetfulness, and when things out of the ordinary just pop up or happen, surprising things don't. He's not very well with them. So.
Surprising thing.
Yes, like if the tire was flat out of nowhere after we didn't look for the spork, he would have.
Like if a hummingbird at night came. I'm just kidding.
Anyway, guys, I don't think Daddy wants to tell that story. So
no, you guys can tell whatever stories.
No, it's okay. We can go. You are BA verse.
Yeah, we could go.
Say goodbye, Leah.
BruhItzMeh
Bye.
BruhItzMeh L-Boogie.
Goodbye. Bye.
Hey.
I am VA Verse. Across from me, as usual, is my lovely, adoring, beautiful wife with her hair looking snatched and and all, and Puds is okay, whatever. But yeah, that is my wonderful, beautiful wife Z.
And you have been listening to For Better or Worse. Thank you guys for coming over for our review. Have a great week.
Can you let Puddles put on it for a little bit?
Say bye, Puddles. Okay, whatever.